In this video, I'll be taking a look at the TCL Roku TV. And before I start my review, I would like to give a big shout out to BenZerek1937XXX for providing this TV for review. And this video will be in two parts, or this review. Part 1 will be design and specs, and part 2 will be interface, picture quality, and final thoughts of the TV. Now, the TCL Roku TV does come in a couple of different models. It comes in a 32-inch, a 40-inch, a 48-inch, and a 55-inch model. Now, all the models are going to be 1080p except for the 32-inch model. The 32-inch model is going to be 720p, unfortunately. The one you're looking at right here is the 40-inch 1080p display, 120 hertz television, and they're all LED televisions. Now, in terms of design of the TV, it has a very minimalistic design. As you can see on the TV itself, it does have a very small bezel, and if you were wondering, you cannot get it in different colors. It does come in the standard black. You can't choose what color you want. And the screen on here, I wouldn't really say is a glossy screen or a matte finish. It's more of a in-between type material. And in my testing, I've had it over about 2 months now, and I can safely say I've had no problem with glares. I've had my window open, I've had bright lights on, the sun, everything, and for the most part, you won't get any glaring on this TV. This is about the most glare you'll get when the TV is off. But when the TV is on, you'll get almost no glare at all. So that's one thing I like about this TV. Now, on the bottom of the TV, it does say TCL and it does say Roku TV. One other thing I really like is that the branding on this TV is very small. So if you're a person that doesn't like branding on your stuff, or if you're a person that doesn't like logos, you won't have to worry about this. You almost have to be right in front of the TV, like looking directly at it, before you can really notice the TCL and Roku TV logos. If you're not paying attention, then you really can't see those logos. And on the bottom, there is a white LED indicator. And no, you cannot turn that LED indicator off. It stays on all the time as long as the TV is plugged in the wall. If you unplug it, then it will turn off. That's the only way you can turn that light off. It's basically a little indicator to tell you when the TV is on standby, when the TV is on, when you're actually controlling the TV and stuff like that. And this TV can be mounted on the wall, or you can use the included glass stand. And as you see, I am using the glass stand that came in the box, and it's pretty a sturdy glass stand. I've really had no problems with the stand in the box. It's been very, very sturdy. Now, moving on to the specs of this TV, it has 3 HDMI ports. It has 1 USB 2.0 port. It also has a headphone jack on the TV, and it also has a cable in. So if you want to run a wire from the wall, a standard cable, coaxial, regular cable line from the wall to the TV, you can. And another thing this TV has, it actually has an RCA cables in the back. So if you have an old school PlayStation, old school VCR, old school camera, those ones that run red, white, and yellow RCA cables, it does have that connection in the back. Another thing it has in the back, it also has a joystick. So if you lose the remote control in the box, you don't have to worry about buying a new one or worrying about it. But since this is a smart TV, it's going to be kind of clunky with the joystick in the back. But it's still nice they included a joystick in the back if you do lose the remote control. Now, since this is a smart TV, it will have to be connected to the internet if you want to use all those features. And the only way you can use those features is with Wi-Fi. You have to be using Wi-Fi with this TV. You cannot use internet cable, hardwired line. It's because in the back of the TV there is no option for a internet cable to be used. You do have to be using Wi-Fi. Depending on how you look at that, that could be a good or bad thing. So if you wanted directly faster internet connection, you cannot, unfortunately. That's one thing I do wish they would have put on this TV, an internet cable, so you could hardwire it to your system and get faster connections. Unfortunately, that's not possible, but it does support all of the Wi-Fi bands. I think A, B, and N, all of them are supported, so you don't have to worry about that. You can run any band on the Wi-Fi, which is really nice. And it does come with a included remote control in the box. And here's what the included remote control looks like in the box. It's just your standard Roku remote control. It has all your buttons just like a generic Roku remote would have. On the bottom, it does have these quick buttons or quick links to Netflix, Amazon, Radio, Vudu. And no, you cannot customize those. Whatever it says on there, they're already pre-programmed from the factory. So you cannot change those, unfortunately. And the remote control does say TCL Roku TV. On the right side, on the right side of the remote control, it does have your volume up, volume down, and it does have your mute. And on the front of the TV, it has your IR blaster, your infrared connection. You do have to be pointing this at the TV because this is an infrared remote control. Unlike the Roku boxes, which have, I think, a Wi-Fi Direct or Bluetooth remote control, you do have to be pointing this at the TV for it to work. And this remote control does take your standard AAA batteries, and there they are. Now, I've been using this 2 months now, and I can safely say that I've not had these batteries die yet. So the battery life on this remote is very, very good. Uses almost no batteries. And as you can see on this remote, it has no headphone jack like the Roku 3. If you do want a headphone jack, you will have to use the one on the TV, unfortunately. I do wish they would have put the headphone jack on the remote control, but unfortunately they did not. And if you do lose this remote, like I said, you can use the included joystick on the back of the TV, or you can also use the Roku app on iOS and Android to control the TV. The only complaint I have with that app is that the TV has to be on before it'll actually work. You can't turn the TV on with the Roku app. You can only turn the TV off with the Roku app, which is one downside. So you will have to use the joystick on the back before you can actually use the Roku app, or turn on the TV with this remote and then use the Roku app. That's one thing I wish it would have done. It would have been able to turn on the TV, but unfortunately you can't with the Roku app. And that pretty much wraps it up for part 1 of the TCL Roku TV. Now in part 2, I will be going over interface, I will be going over picture quality, and I will be doing my final thoughts on the TV. And the link will be in the description of this video if you want to see part 2. Or you can go to my YouTube channel and it will be the video right after this one. So anyway, peace out. I'll see you guys later in my next video. I'm out.